All right, y'all. We're gonna break down Thursday Night Football, which is tomorrow, but I'm posting it today, a day early, so y'all can get it in. Today's slip's gonna be on Sleeper, so you're gonna need Sleeper. Use code Morrisbros, get a deposit match up to $100. Whenever you do, if you do, shoot me a DM on Instagram. I'll give you a free month of premium. If you want all our plays but already have all the apps, so you can't get a free month, just go to the links below. We have it 30% off right now with code TNF. Thursday Night Football TNF. For both season and monthly. Like I said, I'll link it below, so you can just check out the links below, click it, and you'll get 30% off instantly whenever you click those links. Also, I have Sleeper linked below, so you want to download, you can just click the link, it'll download it automatically, and it should auto apply the code, so you get a 100% deposit match. But if it does not, you can just manually put in the code, and then you'll get it that way. For Dabble, we're not using it on Thursday Night Football right now, but if you want a free $25 on an app to bet with, Dabble is giving you a free 25 whenever you sign up with that code as well. Currently, I am giving free months away for people that use my code on Dabble. So if you don't have one of these apps, but you want a free month of premium, download them using my code. Shoot me a DM of proof via a screenshot that used my code and made a deposit of 10 or more, and I'll give you the free month of premium. Just DM me that on Instagram, though. But anyways, let's get into the play. Kind of interesting play, but this is based off of how I think the game's going to go. Based off of how I saw the Packers play against Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery last week, I'm going to go ahead and assume that the only way the Commanders win this football game is by passing the football. So I like JD over his passing touchdowns. I also like his passing yards, but we got a better payout for the passing touchdowns on Sleeper. So I'm taking his passing touchdowns. If you want to go the route and take his passing yards instead, take this on Dabble because they're going to give you a better payout than Sleeper will. Sorry. Deebo Samuel, I was going to take Zach Ertz, but I went Deebo Samuel here because he's 8 yards cheaper on Sleeper than he is on the sportsbook, so that's pretty good value there. And they have it boosted, so he's like 2.1x or something to go over 46.5 yards, and his line's 54.5 on the sportsbook, so I took that. And then I also went with Terry McLaurin, 55.5 receiving yards, so both of Jaden's receivers to go over their yardage and Jaden to go over his passing touchdowns. And then to round off the slip for Sunday night, I took Josh Jacobs rushing yards at 77.5. I think the Packers are going to result to the run. Granted, Commanders stopped the Giants' run game pretty well last week, but I think that has more so to do with the Giants than it does the Commanders' run D being good. So I think the Packers have a 10 times better running game than the fucking Giants. Also, he put up 66 last week on 19 carries against the Lions, and the Lions have probably one of the best run defenses in the league. So if he can do that against the Lions, I would assume he can get 80 yards against the Commanders. If he gets 20 carries, they really relies on him getting 20 carries. The Packers could go out and sling the ball. I just don't see it happening. The Commanders' secondary actually looked really good last week. So, like I said, granted, Giants. So, yeah, I don't know. But Deebo did get like 9 targets. He had like a 31% target share last week. So if he gets that again, 46.5 yards is crazy. Terry only had 4 targets last week, but I don't know. I like him a lot more in this week. So I'm taking him over 55.5. If he doesn't get there, then whatever. If he chalks 55.5 yards back-to-back weeks, then I'll eat it on the face, I guess. But this slip pays out 13.5x on Sleeper. It's 8.7x on FanDuel or whatever. I can actually show y'all. Let me see. If we take this same slip on FanDuel, not only is it... Hang on. Let's see. 2 plus passing touchdowns. Excuse me. Let's see. Where the fuck? Oh, here we go. Yeah, so JD passing, let's see, rushing, we want to take Josh Jacobs, receiving, Terry. And then here's what I was talking about. Deebo Samuel's at 54.5 on the sportsbooks. Okay, so it's 8.9x. So we're getting nearly 5x of value on this slip whenever you take it on Sleeper, so that's actually a lot. But Deebo's at 54.5 on FanDuel, and like I said, he's 46.5 on Sleeper, so that was a no-brainer for me. Terry 55.5, Josh Jacobs 76.5, and JD 1.5 passing touchdowns. So same exact slip is 8.9x on FanDuel. You're getting 13.4x on Sleeper. So ton of value there. This is why I like it. If you want to choose to go Zach Ertz instead of Devo, that's fine. I think Ertz's line is at like 31.5. I thought about it because Laporta had like 70 yards last week against them. I honestly like all the receivers. That is Devo, Terry, and Ertz. I like them all for over yards. But you obviously don't want to put 3 receivers for a team in one slip because that's just stupid. But, yeah, you could also do this on Dabble. You could take, like, JD's passing yards with Ertz receiving and Terry receiving, or JD, Debo, and Ertz receiving on Dabble with Josh Jacobs. You can make however much variations of this that you want to make. I do think the Commanders are going to have to throw the football in this game, though. I think Green Bay's run defense is too good. Plus, the Commanders don't even really have a true running back one. They have, like, Austin Eckler and Cooksey, but I don't know. We'll see. This is kind of my game script. I'm based it off of Green Bay running the football and Commanders throwing. If you want to play the game that is roulette, Russian roulette, with fucking the Packers receivers, you can. That's just not my deal. I fucking hate the Packers wide receiver room because there's no wide receiver one. They're all the fucking same. He just throws it to whoever's open pretty much. Like, they don't force feed targets to anybody. They don't really have a true wide receiver one. So if you want to play that game, go be my guest. I think they're going to run the ball anyways. So take Josh Jacobs rushing yards or take him for a touchdown. I like it all. As far as who I think's going to win this game, the Packers looked really good last week, but I also think that's part of Dan Campbell's first game without his actual coordinators, Aaron Glenn and Ben Johnson. So I don't know. We'll see how they look against the Commanders. I would lean Packers money line, but 3.5 on the spread for the Commanders also is pretty tempting. So I don't know. We shall see. But based off this game script, it's leaning Packers. But yeah, this is a free play. 13.5x if it hits, which would be fucking wonderful. Sleeper code Morrisbros, Dabble code Morrisbros. If you need a code for either of those apps, get a free 25 on Dabble. Deposit match on Sleeper. If you do, shoot me a DM on Instagram. We'll hook you up. Everything that you need will be linked below. Appreciate you watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I really need to run the subscriber count, so make sure you do those. But yeah, we'll see you probably for like a college football video next. I'll probably post a college football video on Friday morning, so be ready for that one. All right, that's all I got. I'll see you in the next one.